such a vibe. I love that music. Anyways, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zachary Smith. Before we dive in, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. Especially hitting the notification bell because I don't have like a regular posting schedule. Just whenever I feel like posting some content, I'm going to post some content. And I know that, right now, it's been a lot of WWE stuff. My last 3 videos have been WWE related. That won't always be the case. It will be a lot of the channel, but like I'm going to post a lot of different stuff on here. I promise, especially with the NFL draft right around the corner. You're going to see a lot of that stuff over here too. But Elimination Chamber, the WWE Elimination Chamber coming up. Just 4 matches on this card. And then, of course, we're going to get a segment with The Rock and Cody Rhodes. But before we dive into the card itself and my predictions for all the matches, I actually have a gripe here that I want to air. A grievance, if you will, with the WWE, just in terms of like the process post Royal Rumble to right now. I think we need to get away from the Royal Rumble winners picking who they are going after before this event takes place. Because I think it just like takes the fun out of it. Like I feel like you're eliminating I'm using the word elimination there, eliminating people from the Elimination Chamber field before the event takes place by doing so. Like, if Gunther was still a viable option for the winner of this to go against, like Damian Priest could make sense as the winner of this match. As much as I'd hate it, Logan Paul could make sense as the winner of this match. But because we know that they're going after Cody Rhodes, they're eliminated right off the bat. Same thing on the women's side, right? Charlotte Flair picking Tiffany Stratton well in advance. Alexa Bliss doesn't stand a shot here. And we'll talk about like people canceling out and being eliminated from the field really before we even get there as we dive into the individual matches. But yeah, that's just something that I think we need to get away from. Like, I understand, they like the slow burn, the long build of the Jay versus Gunther story, of the Charlotte Flair versus Tiffany Stratton, which we all knew. Like, with them winning the Royal Rumble, was there ever any thought that they would go after the other champion? Was there ever any thought of Jey Uso going after Cody Rhodes? Probably not. On the women's side, though, Charlotte Flair absolutely could have challenged Rhea Ripley. The trilogy match, the trilogy WrestleMania matches, like 100% could have made sense. And it also would have been, I think, every other, right? Because it would have been, or no, was it 36 that they had their match? Yeah, it was 36. So it wouldn't have worked. But anyway, it would have been the trilogy WrestleMania matches. Anyways, all right, without further ado, I guess actually, let's talk about The Rock and Cody Rhodes before we get into the matches. This better not be closing out the show, by the way. I actually would prefer this be the unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn as the main event of the night. I don't know that that's going to be the case, but that's absolutely what I would love and prefer, especially because it's in Canada. Let's treat this as their WrestleMania. I think that they deserve it. But Cody Rhodes, Rock, obviously Cody Rhodes not going to accept this offer right now. And I say right now because I think that there's a compelling story to tell if Cody Rhodes does turn at WrestleMania. Have The Rock be like a special guest referee, and you think that maybe like it's going to be the other guy that turns, but it's actually Cody that turns and does become the corporate champion. A callback to The Rock doing that himself, obviously, at WrestleMania all those years ago. I think there's something to be said about that. It's not going to happen at this event. Obviously, have no clue how much time they're going to get on screen or exactly what this is going to look like, this segment between the two of them. But Cody's obviously not going to turn right then and there. He's not going to accept this offer here. But could he down the road? No pun intended, potentially. And I'm curious to see what that looks like. But yeah, tomorrow night, or I guess by the time you guys are watching this, maybe tonight, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Anyways, we'll start off with the women's tag match here between Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton going up against Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. To be honest with you, like, I know I already aired one grievance. I had one gripe already. Another one here, though, I would have just liked to see a solo match, singles match, Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, one-on-one in Canada. Have Trish obviously put Tiffy over right before WrestleMania. I think that would have been nice to give her that win heading into this match with Charlotte Flair. But I guess I can kind of understand that, like, Tiffy very clearly face, like, whether that's the intention or not, the reaction that she gets is very much face at this point. So could you have done that in Canada, especially, and still gotten the desired reaction? I don't know. But this match does nothing for me. Is Charlotte Flair going to get involved in some capacity and cost Trish and Tiffy this match here? I don't see it. I think they need to win. Just like, you don't want to give Tiffany Stratton a loss right before WrestleMania. And I don't want to talk about that singles match at WrestleMania between Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair at all really on this, because we're going to dive into it a lot more and potential fear that I have in terms of that match. But anyways, for this one, we're going pretty much chalk. Tiffany Stratton, Trish Stratus, they come away with a win in this one. I don't see it going another direction. To me, this is like the one where it's the easiest to predict. Like, this is the one that I put all my confidence points on, 100%, zero doubt about it. Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton come away as the winners of this match. I don't know how this card's going to be built in terms of, like, with just 4 matches. I don't know. Are they going to have, I would assume an Elimination Chamber kicks it off. I assume that they'll put this match second. I guess we go unsanctioned third. But to me, again, that should be the main event, but it's not going to be. We'll talk about it right now. Unsanctioned match, Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. I see the looming thing over this entire thing, right, is Randy Orton returning to the WWE. When is that going to take place? Is it here? Is it during the match, or is it going to be after the match? If it's after the match, like, if you could tell me right now Randy Orton's not returning until after this match, I'm picking Kevin Owens to win. But the looming possibility that he could return in an unsanctioned match during it would make me think Sami Zayn could win this match for sure. This is the match I'm most excited for, despite there being 2 Elimination Chamber matches. This feud kicked off. I mean, it's really like years and years in the making, right? But specifically, like, this chapter being written right now, that package pile driver that Kevin delivered, like, got me so fired up for this match. Like, that sold me on this just in itself. And then Sami Zayn's promo was fantastic. The one that he just told was kind of weird. Talking about going to his house and conversation with his grandmother or whatever. Like, that to me is like, is that switched on a flip for Sami during the match, because it hadn't yet. Like, you could see that he couldn't reach a level that we know Kevin Owens can in terms of the level that he's willing to go to. So is that what happens during this match? Does Randy Orton come back? I'm going to go with Randy Orton coming back during the match, and it being unsanctioned is going to play into that. I'm picking Sami Zayn to win this match. And that's, I know, like, Kevin Owens, a lot of people is who that they're saying can't lose, coming off that Cody Rhodes feud, cannot take another loss here. I think he can if it's Randy Orton costing him, because that lead into their WrestleMania feud, obviously. They set that up. Not that I think, like, Randy Orton obviously has been out for the reason for the hiatus being Kevin Owens, and obviously just, like, challenge him to a match, and that's how you do it. But I think that this is a great way to get them to WrestleMania and really kick that off. So yeah, I got Sami Zayn here. Women's Elimination Chamber match. Alexa Bliss, Roxanne Perez, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Bayley. Again, I talked about this, obviously. Alexa Bliss, not even part of the conversation, unfortunately for me. Had Charlotte gone a different direction, had she challenged Rhea Ripley for the title, like Alexa Bliss versus Tiffany Stratton, is that something that a bunch of people are clamoring for right now with Alexa Bliss just now coming back to the company? Probably not, but, like, I wouldn't have minded it. And I think with a decent build, it could have made sense. So she's out of the picture, though, obviously. I mean, Naomi, sorry, you're not really in this conversation for me either. Could that be the direction for Jade Cargill? A lot of people talking about it being Bianca, but, like, I don't want to give away my winner right now. Say Bianca wins this. Is it Jade Cargill and Naomi as opposed to the expected Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair? Liv Morgan just won the tag team titles from them along with Raquel. Is she going to get into a tag team program? Are they really going to, like, have her go into a singles match with Rhea Ripley and potentially Io Sky in a 3-way as opposed to, doing something with the tag titles at WrestleMania? Like a triple threat match? Does that sound more appealing? Bayley and Roxanne Perez, you would think, cancel each other out. I would love if they swerved everybody and just went with Roxanne Perez here. Just strap a rocket to her. Coming off that Royal Rumble performance where she was the Iron Woman. I like that idea a lot. Like, what a rookie year you were setting up. Iron Woman in the Royal Rumble, and then challenging Rhea Ripley for the title at WrestleMania. But to me, honestly, I think this program with Bayley carries into WrestleMania. So I think it's down to Bianca and Liv Morgan for me. And I'm going Bianca Belair. I think that this is the direction that they want to go. But, like, to me, I would go and I do not want to see another Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley singles match, but the inclusion of Io Sky is why I think it's palatable. Liv Morgan wins here, gets involved in that singles match on Raw. Io gets screwed out of a title shot again, just like she was screwed out of the Elimination Chamber qualifier, and then she gets added. It's a triple threat match at WrestleMania, and I could get on board with that for sure. But we haven't seen Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair since 2020 in NXT. We haven't seen it on the main roster yet, and that is certainly a WrestleMania match. I think my issue with it is it's not a bigger WrestleMania match. To me, this is a headliner. This should be don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have a problem if it main evented night 2, but certainly a night 1 main event. And this deserves a longer build. I think that they should start getting on this train right after WrestleMania this year to start building it towards WrestleMania 42. But I think they're going to pull the trigger on this. I really do. And I think it's Jade Cargill and Naomi as opposed to Jade Cargill and Bianca at WrestleMania. I think Liv Morgan will do something with the tag titles. I think Bianca and Bayley and Roxanne have their singles match. I'm not sure where Alexa Bliss goes. I'm really not. As we sit here right now, maybe she gets involved in the US title picture. I don't know. I'm expecting there to be more inclusion of like the Wyatt Six here in the coming weeks. I look at like the SmackDown Women's roster. If it's not the US title, maybe it's like Zelina Vega that she gets involved with. I don't know. I'll be curious to see the direction that they go with Alexa Bliss here. And finally, the men's Royal Rumble, men's Elimination Chamber match with John Cena, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk. Again, there's like a couple guys you can just eliminate right off the bat, right? Damian Priest, Logan Paul, neither one of them are going to win this match. Obviously, I think you could even though like the odds are significantly less for some of the other guys, I think you can find a path that makes sense for all the other four. Seth Rollins, though, fully expecting a program with Roman Reigns heading into WrestleMania, right? Maybe we even get Roman Reigns at this event. So Seth Rollins rolled out to me. Drew McIntyre, what a story that would be if, like, because of how many times he's gotten screwed over since the beginning of 2024, he ends up being the guy that's willing to accept The Rock's offer. That could certainly be something. It would go against basically everything that he's stood for up to this point. But how desperate is he to get that championship? CM Punk, he's got that favor still in his back pocket, still trying to headline WrestleMania, done some great promos with, going against Cody Rhodes in the recent weeks. And then John Cena, who, I'm not saying it's some heelish tendencies, just inserting himself into the Elimination Chamber. And that promo that he cut post Royal Rumble, where no questions asked, he just sat down, cut a promo about being in the Elimination Chamber and bounced. Very un-John Cena-like to just not earn it, just be put in to the Elimination Chamber. Could he make sense as The Rock's corporate champ? Turning heel for the first time since the Dr. Thugonomics stuff? Compelling stuff. So, to me, what this comes down to is it's CM Punk or John Cena. I think Drew McIntyre, I don't know what the WrestleMania plans are going to be reworked to. I know there's a bunch of talk about them switching plans, pivoting from the Damian Priest stuff, and we'll see what direction that goes. Seth Rollins, I think, has a program with Roman Reigns. Logan Paul, where does he go? I'm really worried about somebody getting sucked into that vortex. Could CM Punk could CM Punk end up facing Logan Paul? To be honest, within this field, within the main eventers, John Cena is probably the most Logan Paul-esque WrestleMania match that he could have. And I don't want that for John Cena's last WrestleMania. I absolutely do not want that for John Cena's last WrestleMania. What I do want is John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. And John Cena is my men's Elimination Chamber match winner. I think CM Punk, there's a lot of talk about the triple threat with Seth and Roman. I think it's this way. I think CM Punk gets a triple threat match here with John Cena and Cody Rhodes. And I think that's great because, at this point in his career, we'll see what John Cena is able to do. But in terms of him running a singles match, the WrestleMania main event, this takes a lot of pressure off of him. if you have it become a triple threat, in my opinion, in terms of the quality of work that he has to put in. So I actually really like this. I like John Cena to win this. You get him and Cody Rhodes. You think it's going to be a singles match maybe for, I don't know, a couple weeks. I wouldn't immediately pull the trigger on CM Punk inserting himself via this favor or whatever. But I'm just doing a little bit of fantasy booking when I say that. I have no clue what's going to come to fruition there, but I like John Cena to win this Elimination Chamber match. And I like it to come down to him and Punk. I honestly, though, like if I'm fantasy booking everything about this, I've said this before. I think I said this on my Royal Rumble one. John Cena's losing like very closely every step of the way. I thought they did the Royal Rumble perfect with him being the last guy eliminated. I would have him be the last guy eliminated here by the winner. I would have him basically touching the briefcase Money in the Bank before getting tipped off and then the Blues in there. Right up until the end of the year where he finally wins the 17th. That's the way I would do it. I don't know that that's necessarily the way that's going to be booked. That's just how I'd go about it. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your predictions are. I'm very excited for this event. I always enjoy the Elimination Chamber. And now with like this added Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens stuff to go along with the chamber matches themselves, I think it's going to be a fun show. Just 4 matches. Of course, the segment with Cody and The Rock as well. We'll see how it goes down, but I'm excited. This really, like, we're already well on the way to the road to WrestleMania, but like this is the last big stop before we get to WrestleMania. So very excited. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. As I said, drop your predictions down below. Let me know what you think. And yeah, stay tuned for more content coming on the channel. But until then, appreciate y'all. Enjoy the show.